pretty shaky, to be honest with you. We saw them go up against Lucid on the B stream. They dropped a game to Lucid. That was a very, very tight series that they managed to win 3-1. 3-1, maybe not giving the respect to Lucid that maybe that series showed if you were to actually watch it. And as I say, on this side of the stage as well, Elevate have looked really, really good. I really feel there could potentially be some upset potential here as we get into our game number 1.
Here we are, Camo still up, game off the break. Let's see exactly who's gonna get there first on that Camo. If I'm not mistaken, I do believe that's gonna be actually an Elevate grab off the break. So Spartan the Dog is able to grab that, and that's gotta be a few bonus points on the board. They also get a few kills here as well. So it's a great opening for Elevate. Can they now convert?
That is the question, and I think we're going to learn a lot about Splyce in this series as well. We can see Spartan's going to be contesting that one. L-Town has the scat shot as well. Spartan picks up the kill, but Shotzzy manages to trade that one out. We can see at the moment it's all about the fight for the basement. Shotzzy's looking to lock this one down, has the railgun as well, but a big kill there on the Nest from L-Town. Yeah. That's going to turn the Nest Stronghold back over to Elevate. They will be scoring.
Very, very big kill. Just like you said, Strongholds can really come down to those 1v1s on set. And if you're, for example, the only player at Nest and you're in a 1v1, there's a very good chance that the winner of that battle is going to be able to get the defense or the conversion. That's what we just saw.
Like what I'm seeing here, though, from Splyce. Almost choking those last spawners out. Great timing there from Shotzzy to finish off those kills. Now we're going to see it turn around a little bit here. We'll stay on board with Splyce for the meantime because they're starting to roll and they're picking up the kills. And I just feel the longer this tournament goes on, Splyce are going to grow back into it, get used to that gameplay again, and they're going to start rolling. I
think it's even the same case within game to game, right? I mean, as soon as you see the guys on Elevate start to lose the lead, I don't want to see them let up. I want to see them maintain the aggression here as they try to push down in. But great double team there, but Shotzzy manages to get the trade as well. So if you're on Elevate, you got to keep the pressure on Splyce. Do not let them get comfortable. Do not let them get that trip cap. They're going to just run away with it.
Yeah, Elevate do a good job to manage to stem the bleeding momentarily. You can see Splyce walking towards that Nest, and they managed to get that one as well. Camouflage is going to be coming up pretty soon as well. Now we're seeing the collapse come in here from Splyce. This is the team that we expect to see from them, and with Eco locking down that white hole area with the scatter shot, it's going to turn. Actually, the railgun's going to go into the hands of Elevate here, so a great job getting hold of that power weapon. If he hits this shot, it'd be huge, but gets taken down. That's a big kill coming in from Renegade.
Yeah, Eco also stayed alive through all of that. You saw him with the shotty. Now you see him in basement as he's able, the scatter shot, and now he's in basement as well. He's going to pop up right there. Renegade's going to be the one that comes away with Camo, so great coordination around mid there from Splyce.
Yeah, now this is scary for an Elevate fan at the moment. You see the Camo and the railgun in the hands of Renegade. It's scary enough when he has one of these. If he doubles up, you know that kills are going to be coming your way. So now, see, Falcated actually does a great job in the feed, picking up a couple of kills, but Renegade playing this one nice and slowly. Drops down behind his player in basement, misses the shot though. He's going to be collapsed on, but backs out smartly, stays alive with these weapons.
Yeah, I like how he just got right out of there. Look at this. He knows that Spartan's going to have a tough time challenging there. He gets that kill easily. Great stuff there from Renegade. Might get two here as well. Yes, indeed. Does pick up the double. Still a tiny bit of Camo as well as you hear that running out. But here they are now with quite a lead, 30-17. But just as quickly as we say that, Elevate grabs basement.
Yeah, they managed to trade it out though almost immediately there. Splyce on the BR base. Renegade moving around the map pretty freely at the moment. Seems to be having his will, finding his way. Shotzzy picking up a kill as well. He's going to open up the map. Falcated trades it out though, so although Elevate are losing this game at the moment, doing a good job of picking up their trades. It just seems like the big kills seem to be falling, like that one on Sabernator into the hands of Splyce, and he finds the double there with a nice clean up on L-Town.
Yeah, great stuff there from Renegade. He pops up, gets a little greedy there as he does get doubled. Spartan's going to be the one that gets the kill though, but if we take a look here right now, Splyce up in 6 kills in the slaying department, 26-20. We have Camo coming up in 30 as well.
All right, then we'll Elevate. They've got a lot to do at the moment. I'd actually like to listen to the communication of these guys. They're down by about 40 points or so, so let's jump into a listening now with Elevate and see how they're going to get back into this one.
Get top rail already. On rail spawn, on rail spawn.
On rail spawn.
Rail has 2 shots in him. Snipe ball, snipe ball.
Trying to help you, Ty.
Kill Carbon. Overlook. Go, rail gun him, E2, rail gun E2 too.
Carbon. I've help. Watch out, Carbon.
Yeah. It's gonna be up, it's gonna be up.
Yeah, try.
Shot down.
E2. Next person weak.
I burned Camo. Camo's 38, yeah.
Under pass and E2.
We still have 2 for now. We still have 2. E2 and rail still. Camo's burned.
I have scatter.
Top
rail weak. BR spawn and top rail.
I'm looking top rail.
I'm gonna kill me, Dave. Watch out.
I got railgun, dead. Railgun white corner.
I can't push Nest. I got white
They're
corner.
gonna have scatter.
Shot barrels. On my mid-bridge. Renegade. One bottom nest. Yeah, he's gonna get me.
Rail.
Guys, two bottom nest now.
Yeah.
I'm going for my scatter actually.
cat.
Watch your overlook, watch your overlook.
I have scatter, I have scatter.
Yeah, he's desperate. We can wait, we can wait.
I mean, Elevate's comms sounded good. They managed to get a scat shot, but most important thing on the game, they're not getting any points. So at the moment, the triple cap is very much in effect for Splyce. They're starting to find that teamwork that was maybe missing a little bit earlier on in the day.
Yeah, it looks like they were trying to make BR base happen, but that is shut down immediately by Splyce. So not only do they have that trip cap, but they also had 3 dead momentarily on the other side, not letting any gaps, but finally, Basement will fall, so the trip cap will end.
Stella, the engagement there on the camo spawn. His teammates fall now, and I love this from Stella. Decides not to engage in any battle. Knows he has that short range advantage with the scat shot, so tries to position himself in a way that if anyone does come and try and kill him, that it's going to be a difficult kill to find. They do a good job of taking him down. Spartan now picks up a double kill. Elevate are also scoring as well. Now they're pushing onto this BR base. If they can pick up this kill tower too, that'd be huge, but Eco does a pretty good job of picking up a kill. Now Spartan on the flank. Can he pick up this kill? But Eco, again, just surviving that extra few seconds makes life so much more difficult here for Elevate.
Oh my own heavens, I thought Spartan was going to get that kill with that second grenade there through mid. Unable to pick it up though, but still scoring here. So I like what I'm seeing there from Spartan though. If we can see Spartan rotate that a few more times, I mean, they do not have a lot of room for error, but we could see them put even more points on the board.
Falcate and Sabanay are working well together here. Eco trying to take down Falcate. Falcate jumps back out for the challenge. It looks like push is going to come in on the nest here for the guys on Elevate. They need to turn this into points though. At the moment you can see the camo going to be popping, but look at the score in the bottom right hand side of your screen. Just 10 points left in this game until Splyce take your game number 1.
Curious where this camo's going to go. You see a lot of teams delaying right now because of the opposing sidelines here. It looks like the first one in, that is indeed going to be Renegade. He's going to grab that. That could secure them the victory here as they hit the 95-point mark.
Yeah, it was a difficult decision there for Elevate. You know, they had to decide, they had to go for a stronghold essentially to stay in the game. They had to kind of concede the fact that they weren't going to get the camouflage, but now you're going to see Sabanay is going to have a bad day because Renegade's going to land the back smack. L-Town finds a kill with a railgun. Now it's up to Renegade to try and survive, but here come the pushes in from Elevate. Can he delay this transfer? Great play here. Finds one. L-Town taken down, and he gets the railgun as well.
Look at that, making it look way too easy. That nade might get him. No, somehow he's still alive on the high ledge, and now it looks like Eco's going to come flying in as well, but right now still not scoring. So great job by Renegade to stay alive there. You saw how difficult he was to kill, really using camo to his advantage. Might pick up 2, no trade though on the second, so still 95 points for Splyce, and Elevate continuing to score as they're going to hit the 50-point mark.
Yeah, at this point though, Elevate do not have a mistake in them.
No.
As a team, they have to play perfect Halo. They do have a triple cap momentarily. What that means is now they know where every single player is going to be spawning here from Splyce. They got 2 or 3 dead. You can see they cap that BR base. Now they can collapse. They have an advantage number-wise. You can see 3 falling now. Elevate are trying to find a way back into this.
And I gotta say, those 2 kills are big. You saw the first player get weak, Spartan cleans it up. L-Town cleans up the second player at tower. When you have a trip cap and only 5 points on the board for error, you need to be closing those kills. You need to be collapsing and finishing. Do not let those kills get away.
Yes, Splyce do a good job though. They managed to take down Falcated as the first kill in that team fight. Renegade gets taken down as well though. You can see the score starting to get very close here. Spartan wins a big battle on Nest there against Shotzi. That's 2 dead. Now they're going to cross that 70-point mark. They are playing perfect Halo right now.
If they keep this up, they will do this. They will win this game. Right now, they've played for the past 30 points or so. Perfect Halo, and their Spartan the dog hits a perfect kill as well, and the killing spree to boot. 3 dead for Splyce right now.
15 points behind right now. All they need to do is play how they've been playing for 30, 40, 50 more seconds, and they're going to take this game. They managed to almost get the triple cap as well. Renegade, if he can get this camo, it'd be huge. Doesn't get the burn though. Spartan the dog manages to get the power up, and a triple cap still ineffective for Elevate.
Renegade got the back corner spawn. You saw him spawn in that back corner. That gave him a chance to get camo. Somehow Spartan times the ring around the rosy perfectly, gets the kill on Renegade and the camo here. They've brought this game back on set.
Spartan has the game in his hands here. Has the camouflage, just needs to pick up a couple of kills, but his teammate Falcate's doing a great job. He falls. That was a huge perfect coming in from Eco there, but do they have time, Splyce, to turn this one around, or will we see the comeback here from Elevate?
That was 2 dead and maybe even 3 dead momentarily there for the side of Elevate.
They managed to get 2. Eco's the last player alive here. They managed to get him down as well. Can they jump into this nest and get the conversion before Splyce win the game? 3 players here from Elevate. Can they turn it? They do at the last second.
They've got to fly to BR base now. Look, Stabinator is already there.
They get the kill.
They should do this here, 99 to 99, any moment.
They do it. They manage to get in the stronghold. Who's going to win this one? Elevate. Are they going to turn it around? They do. What a comeback from Elevate.
Oh my word. Against the reigning Halo World Champions. We said they had to play perfect Halo. They did it.
That is not what you see from Splyce, though. That is not what we saw at Worlds from Splyce. Splyce are showing they can bleed right now. Elevate, what a comeback that was in our game number 1.
What a run from them. I believe it was 95 to 40 or so is all the room for error they had. And Spartan the Dog did what Spartan the Dog does best. Take a look at this, the full collapse. Look, Eco is the last player alive. He will fall. Look how they fly into this nest stronghold. 3 players up in there. Spartan the Dog jumps in as well. And guess what? They need it. Look at Sabinator spawn E1. Sabinator spawns E1 to get the BR base hold. And Sabinator is already there at E1 on Stellar. They get the double on Stellar. That lets them fly into E1. That's a huge spawn for Elevate.
It was just enormous. That spawn there, I'm wondering, run towards the end of the game. Elevate, you could say, a slice of luck with that spawn, but you have to give them that slice of luck with how they played up to that point.
They also got it because they had 3 players there in Nest, right? If they had players somewhere else, they could have been completely different, but Sabinator getting to down there to Yard as fast as he did to BR base was huge. They were able to get the double there. They jump in, 100 to 99 is their final. We got to ask the stats guys in the back exactly how big that comeback was, because I believe we saw like 95 to 40, maybe even greater. And that is one of the best comebacks I have seen in Halo 5, maybe Halo history, to win that 100 to 99.
Absolutely insane. That was game number 1, though, gentlemen. And ladies at home, we've got a couple more games coming your way. And game number 2 is going to be Plaza Slayer. You can see that overshield top middle. We know what Splyce can do on this map, but we have just seen Elevate get all the motivation they need to take down your world champions.
Renegade, though, gets an early OS. He got that right at 50. That's just about as fast as you can get it. You can maybe get it 1 to 2 seconds faster, but he grabs it right off the break. It's going to be an easy grab for them. So look for that overshield to come back 950.
Okay, let's take a moment to take a breath here in this series.
Whew, I need it.
Game number 1. It's only game number 1. We have to remember. If Elevate have to extend that much energy to take a game from Splyce, they're going to have to play phenomenal Halo to take a series.
Here's the question. How does Splyce answer back from that, right? Because I believe this is their first time on the main stage since the World Championship. We've heard, talk about maybe them not being as practiced as they need to be on new maps and game types. They lose that game in a heartbreaking, and a historic comeback from the guys on Elevate. How do they respond in this game number 2?
Well, they've had a pretty good start here. 7-4 the score. And L-Town is just reminded of who he's playing against. What a shot there from Shotzzy.
Took his face straight off, and now we'll have to see if that hotel push comes in. Looks like help is going to come from Renegade, though, so Shotzzy will go ahead and shift his attention elsewhere. But there's a lot happening here in Cafe on set, so I'm curious. Right now, I like how Stellar's just sitting low, right? You have a little bit of pressure in Cafe. Renegade maybe getting a little aggressive there. Stellar actually will fall, so the Cafe battle does go to Elevate, but Shotzi's still alive with Snipe.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're always going to try and force the battles here. Splyce, it's what they do best, and Shotzzy has managed to stay alive with his sniper rifle. Drops 1 shield there. It's almost a surprise when you see him not hit a headshot, even from that ridiculous angle. Renegade cleans up the kill, though, on Falcade, and now you're seeing the push come in again. Nice shot there from Shotzzy, not being looked at or put under pressure too much to finish that one off. But 12 to 8, even though we're seeing impressive start here from Splyce, you have to give credit to Elevate. They're staying in this game, even though they didn't get that first overshield and they didn't get that first sniper rifle.
And look how Shotzzy handled that rotation. We got to talk about that. He leaves S2, he comes all the way over to Glass, hits that body shot, and immediately starts to look where he's going to get pushed from. His teammates come in and get the kill. He helps out in Yard, and now here they are up 17 to 9. Such a heads-up play, and you cannot make that type of rotation, as that overshield looks like did get picked up at 47 by L-Town, but L-Town does fall to Stellar, so that's essentially going to be a burn. But you can't make that rotation like Shotzzy did unless his whole team is on the same page. So that once again shows why Splyce is the defending world champion. No hesitation. They know exactly what they're doing in that scenario.
Yeah, Shotzzy tries to piece out that battle down at the bottom left, but Spartan does a good job to take him down. And good stick there from Falcade again, managing to get that trade. But if you look at the score, it has been pretty heavily dominated by Splyce the last kind of minute or so of this game. They have picked up the kills where they've needed to. Stellar with some shaky shots, but manages to land the important ones there on Spartan. 23-14 the score at the moment, and Stellar in the perfect position to find himself a sniper rifle.
He's going to grab that snipe, of course, and immediately take a look over towards his teammates there over at Cafe. Going to try to get comfy in S4, but we also have that overshield coming up in just about a minute's time here, so a nice sizable lead for Splyce, and they could use this sniper and certainly the overshield to extend it even further.
Yeah, both teams will have a time on this power-up as well. So L-Town managed to get it last time, but it was pretty much burned immediately, so both teams obviously aware of the time, making sure they had eyes on it.
Thanks, of course, to Wonderboy there for a great flipping on our observer mode to see exactly where those opponents might be as well. Looks like a lot of players around Loop, and unsurprisingly, 2 in Yard as well. So it's an interesting rotation once again. Splyce playing pretty unpredictably. They grab Snipe off of S2. Did they need to come over here to Cafe? Oh. No, but it's allowing them to do things like this. That's a killing spree for Stellar.
Like, it doesn't matter what you do if you hit that kind of shot. It's as simple as that. You can push on one shot. If you've got a sniper rifle and you can quick scope someone in the middle of a challenge like that and win the battle, it doesn't matter. But Spartan answers back there.
Stellar was waiting for Eco's help there. Not sure what Eco got preoccupied for, if he just happened to be on the wrong side of a ring around the Rosie, around that tram area, but the help never came. Pretty uncharacteristic of Splyce there, but still regardless, a big lead. There's that overshield I was talking about here. It does go into the hands of L-Town and Elevate, but they have quite a comeback they need to put on again if they want to win this game, and it's going to be a little bit harder on a Slayer.
First time we've really seen Elevate with some sort of map control, some sort of power-up control, to be honest, in this map. L-Town, you know, we burned out last overshield pretty much. We've seen what Splyce can do with total control of this map, when they've had the weapons, when they've had the power-ups. Stellar has the sniper rifle here, and he's going to have a battle potentially with L-Town. Now it's about if Elevate can put the weapons, the numbers, the power-ups to use in the same way that Splyce did, and maybe eke back some of this kill differential.
L-Town was going for him, but L-Town actually, I believe, either intentionally or unintentionally did not hit the Cafe jump, so he actually ended up bottom mid, finally looped around back to Cafe, but by that time, Stellar is already over here on top yellow.
Shotzzy picks up a double after the nice body shot. Look at this, immediately moving across the map, trying to reposition themselves, catch some of these players from Elevate coming off of that spawn. Looks like a teammate calls out that player in blue. Stellar trying to look over the shoulder of Eco to help him out in this battle. L-Town wins that one and doesn't get traded out as well, so play there from L-Town to win a battle, but also get away with his life.
You'll notice they constantly rotate that snipe, right? Stellar, the second he leaves top yellow, he's immediately focusing right there on Cafe Flower's door, right? When you saw Shotzzy earlier at Glass, the second he hits a body shot, he's immediately looking at Glass and Loop. They know they need to rotate that sniper and constantly keep their head on a swivel. They've done it well.
And the thing is, you've got to think about that, how that works from the other side of things for Elevate. You call out the fact there's a sniper rifle player
everyone
in one position. When you come off respawn, everyone's looking there. He's already moved. He's already looking at where he wants. That's smart play coming in from Stellar. Great rotations, great positioning on the map, and look at the score at the moment. Although Splyce will be disappointed with their performance in game number 1, they're looking pretty good in game number 2, and another sniper rifle now falls into their hand, and this is the man you want it in the hands of.
Yep, also overshield is coming up in 4 seconds. That's why you have so much attention around top middle. I think Splyce did lose a player top mid, yes, but there's going to be another one, Renegade, who is going to be ready to grab there. Spartan the dog wants to challenge, forces the burn, I believe. Yes, indeed, that's going to be a burn on that overshield.
Body shot there from Shotzzy. Oh my word! Sabernator spooked me out there, to be honest. He came out of nowhere. I've seen some haunted tours in New Orleans, but that was the scariest thing I've seen so far. Shotzzy, he's not scared though.
No, but Shotzzy with the sniper rifle certainly ranks up there pretty high for scariest things in New Orleans right now. 40-30 is the score. Looks like combos whizzing by. Somehow matrices his way out of that shot, but still, sniper rifle in hand. But like you said, they're just playing so quick with that sniper rifle. It's given them a 9-kill lead here.
It is a 9-kill lead. It's a 10-kill lead now, but I mean, we wrote off the last game. And we all know what happened there. Falcade has a sniper rifle, has no ammo to work with, and I feel like that kill really is going to seal the game here. They have a 10-kill lead with only 7 kills left for Splyce. It's going to have to take something monumental, even bigger, arguably, than what we saw in that game number 1 here from Elevate to take game number 2. And with Eco just patrolling around the posters at the moment, helping our teammate here in Stellar, taking down another player here. Great plays from Eco, beautiful flank coming in from him. They're now just 4 kills. That's 1 team wipe away from taking our game number 2.
Yes, indeed. Now they're going to really start to focus. Curious if they're going to go right in. Yes, they're going to fly right in and try to collapse, I believe, and their kills are going to come in.
Eco!
Look at that. Eco yells across the stage and then delivers some extra shots. Only 1 more kill to go.
And Stellar closes the game out. Eco with a big kill towards the end of that one to remind Elevate exactly who they're going up against in this series. This is the 2018 Halo World Champions, and the series is now tied up at 1-1.
Yep, all netted up, and you have to wonder the momentum that we saw the guys on Elevate get after that game number 1. After that swift whooping, is that momentum all but gone, especially with the way that Eco ended that game. You saw him actually completely looking away from his screen, yelling down the stage as he's able to make a great push from glass into yard. And that's what Splyce does best, right? Even though they absolutely did not need to push into yard there, but and even though they didn't know exactly where the players were, they could have been spawning loop, there could have been people kind of down low tram. You knew they were going to go in and they're going to get the kills, because that's what Splyce does. They collapse together, and however it happens, they make it work, they get the kills.
Yeah, it's one thing they never do is second guess themselves. Yeah. I mean, they'll look back on that first game and they'll go, yeah, we made plays, we committed to them, they didn't work, you know. Sometimes that happens in Halo. Sometimes the other team takes advantage of that. But in that game number 2, it was, you know, they stuck to their guns. They played the same way that Splyce does, the same way that made them our world champions. Yep. And it worked for them. There was no second guessing. You saw it perfectly illustrated in that push towards the end. All the players flying into yard, Eco picking up 1 kill, weakening another player, and by the time he'd done that damage, here comes the cavalry and the rest of Splyce, and they take.
And that's what they're so good at, right? So many times they'll send one player in. It feels like with Splyce, you're guaranteed to get a trade with whoever's in a battle, and you're also more than likely going to get another player weak, if not a second trade. And by the time that happens, you're 2 players down, or 1 to 2 players down, and right, the rest of Splyce is going to come flying in and close out the game. But here we are, Echelon Oddball. Now. We've heard that Splyce may not be as well practiced on this. How much has Elevate played this? Not sure yet. I talked to L-Town earlier. You guys heard it. He said they're feeling pretty good on the new maps and game type. So this could be a good one and a great game 3 regardless in this series.
I mean, Elevate are going to be more than happy with this game number 3. I mean, you're looking at the likes of L-Town. You're looking at the likes of Sabinator. We heard it from L-Town's interview earlier. He's his OBJ duo. He said it himself. But, you know, it's one thing to have an OBJ player, as they call it. It's one thing to go up against 4 Titans that can slay you off the map before they even have to hold an oddball. So this is going to be a really interesting matchup here. Falcade gets the early rockets. Renegade, as you can see on your screen here, has that early camouflage. But look at that objective efficiency. 2 kills go down to Elevate. They manage to get that ball away, and they have it in Garage.
Surprisingly, Renegade's playing very disciplined here with this camo. I like what I'm seeing. He's probably going to pick up this kill, but we actually see the guys on Elevate able to squeak away with that ball, despite the fact that Renegade had camo on Pelican, watching the ball, pre-nading the doorway, but they're able to slide through, and now here they are with a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, and I love this. 2 players fell here for Elevate. Sabinator scooped that ball up, got it out of danger. Didn't allow Splyce to get any sort of setup on it. Put it into a position on the map, which is going to make it hard for them to fight for.
3 dead momentarily, though, for Elevate. Going to give certainly an opportunity for Splyce to get a hold here and increase their lead. Camo will be up in a minute, and by the way, I believe it was off-screen, Renegade able to pick up a triple kill to lead to this new control for Splyce.
Now break down how important it is on oddball for some of the people who might not have watched this before, for the ball carrier to drop and slay at the appropriate moments. At this top level, we're going to see so much of it.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what's really interesting as well, I'm talking to a lot of pro players, a lot of the guys are saying not enough teams are rotating, not enough teams are dropping and shooting. Teams are kind of still figuring out this game type, so they're prioritizing instead of the go-to musts of an oddball game, right? Are we rotating? Are we dropping and shooting? And they're actually playing a little bit more hectic, and they're focusing on things like play balls instead of making sure that you're dropping and shooting. So certainly look to the teams that are able to really drop and shoot. Surprising to see that Shotzi would toss himself and the ball off, but he eventually does still make. Certainly when you see that, it generally indicates that a player wants to be sure of the play ball. Absolutely toss it off at all costs.
Yeah, one thing that, sorry Clutch, going to throw you under the bus here, that he learned back in the day on Halo 3.
I remember that well.
Get on YouTube if you haven't seen it. But at the moment, Elevate have the lead in this game, and to be honest, it doesn't seem to be too much through the slaying prowess of the team. It's their ability to keep the ball away from Splyce here. This isn't a huge map as well, Echelon. Yep. We have to remember, very quick to traverse, and if you can get that ball away, even when you have a disadvantage in numbers, you can rack up 2, 3, 5 seconds.
Big kill by Sabinator there. You saw Renegade gets his 2nd camo of the game. He's able to get a first kill, which was quite effective. However, is not able to get another. So pretty much a tied game here between these 2 teams. Pretty tight off of the opening first 2 minutes.
Yeah, Splyce doing a good job there. They managed to get the hold of the camo and the rockets. They put them to use, and now we see them go into the lead as well. Looking like they're choosing to hold the ball around the engine area. Now moving up to the open ramp, but he gets taken out. Kills being traded here. This is a big battle here. Renegade getting aggressive here on L-Town. L-Town hitting more of his shots, but he does have a teammate in position. But here comes L-Town, showing no respect whatsoever to Renegade. now that forces Shotzi once again to drop that ball and fight some battles.
By the way, Splyce now, as they start to pull away, they're also leading in terms of slays here, 30-21, and now up here with about over a 20-point lead. So looking pretty strong here. Splyce here, now a nice little drop to E1 as well. Looks like a player maybe in E2, so he's going to have to play this slow.
Yeah, I think that Shotzi was kind of hoping his teammate would pick up that kill, because now the respawns have come in for Elevate down towards that bottom engine area that you can see, this top pizza area, as the guys on Tox call it. And Sabinator straight away picks that ball up, keeps it in his hands. He sees on his radar where the respawns has come in as well. So now immediately moving that odd ball away. However, he does get taken down, and Splyce at the moment doing a good job of outslaying their opponents, picking up the kill. Renegade's going to pick up some more kills here, but I would like to see him pick this ball up.
Yeah, let's see if he goes to pipes. Looks like he may try to get there, but no, he's actually going to swing all the way around. Looks like to crates. Try to stay alive as long as he can. He does have some pressure coming, so he'll have to be pretty strategic in where he goes next.
Yeah, big kill coming in here on Spartan the dog. Actually doesn't come in. He's the player to watch at the moment. It will be the battle between Renegade, who's going to run away from this battle smartly, because Spartan not only is going to have the jump on him as numbers-wise, but should have picked up the rocket launcher potentially as well. But Renegade does a great job of just delaying his death, picking up, milking every second of ball time. And with that, look at the score right now. We're saying that Splyce, they're not too practiced on this. They're doubling the score of their opponents.
By the way, Shotzi did get the camo. Exact timing on that was 7:48, but Sabinator does force the burn only 3 seconds later, so 5:48 will be our next camo if we get there. 30-point lead for Splyce, but still really close between these two teams.
Yeah, now this is a big opportunity for some points to be picked up here by Elevate, but somehow Shotzi has managed to get through the underpass pretty much undetected here. They need to take him down as quickly as possible. Good job from Spartan to drop and slay. Now he has the flank, picks up 2. Another player's going to be behind him.
Look at this.
Looks to pick up another one on Eco, but this battle's huge in the window. If he can pick this one up on Renegade, oh, he can't. And look at this, Eco's picking up kills in the meantime. Renegade wins the big battle, and all that means is that the ball is going to go into the hands of Shotzi, and Splyce are going to continue to score.
Spartan does everything he can there. He got that first kill, helps out with the second kill, maybe a mistimed thrust on that doorway to pick up the third kill, but he also knew where the fourth player was coming in bunkers. So Spartan, head on a swivel, knew exactly where every player was. Just you saw Splyce doing a little bit too well to control the map there.
Yes. Surprising to see Shotzi with his teammates alive on the map just get pushed and double melee to get taken down. Someone's not watching something there.
Absolutely, especially for a player to come through bunker there. Triple kill though there for Eco. You just saw it very momentarily on your screen, and now Splyce up here 103-67. They're going to start to bring this ball out towards Pelican. Camo, by the way, not up for another 30 seconds, so they probably won't hold the ball out here for too long.
And I think this is something you are going to see a lot of, to be honest, on Echelon. Once that ball player picks up the ball, you're going to see a player almost shadowing him back until he finds out where the respawns are coming in from his teammate, because then he can deduct where the opposition are going to be as well and move that ball away accordingly. They've crossed 115-point mark here, almost Splyce. They're going to get the rockets as well in the hands of Renegade. You can see that as well. So they're moving to within just a few points now of going up 2-1 in the series. Of course, we play to 150 here on Oddball on Halo 5, and with Sabinator hitting that kill, it might create an opportunity for Elevate to maybe get near. But big rocket coming in on Sabinator there's going to get the burn on the camo as well.
Yeah, Sabinator, of course, would have loved to have stayed alive with that camo. You have to wonder if he might have tried to just bait it with a thrust the other way, if something could have ended differently. But when you're going up against a player with rockets and elevation, it's going to be very, very difficult. Only 6 points to go for Splyce.
Yeah, Shotzi's doing what he does best, and that is being unpredictable. Trying to milk the last few seconds here. Doesn't quite get it. Elevate still with a chance in this one, but they're going to have to keep an eye on that ball here. Sabinator goes in, gets the touch, does manage to get away somehow with his life. Does get taken down momentarily, though. It's all about the kills. It goes off the map. All Splyce need is one more point.
Yeah, play ball. Someone should be right around, if I'm not mistaken. Eco's waiting for it. He's going to get it. That's going to close out the game. Splyce goes up 2-1 in the series.
And Splyce answering some questions as well that we posed at the start of the day. How are they going to be on these new maps? How are they going to play Oddball? Pretty well.
They played it pretty well. They played it pretty well. I think it took a little bit of the game for us to actually see what they're capable of. They were pretty much tied in the points category as well as the kills category. Once they started to get their shape, we saw more of Splyce. However, I'm not convinced that they're ready for more practice teams on that game type. I think we saw a few things that were surprising. However, they certainly know what they're doing. I don't think that's going to be a pushover at all on that game type from them. Excited to see more of Echelon, though. Excited to see more of the new game types and how teams like Splyce, the reigning world champions, how they react to that. But in this series, up 2-1 right now.
Yeah, up 2-1 and only one more game away from closing out the series. One that I was looking forward to and one that I thought might have a little bit of upset potential. But Splyce really showing their qualities in this series. They've only got one more to go to take the series home. And I think they'd be perfect in the group so far after taking down Lucid earlier on today as well. So they're going to be wanting to make a little bit of a statement after, you know, some questions were coming in from some of the guys on the desk. Are they the world champions that we saw before? Is the lack of practice going to hurt them? Are the 2K results anything to look into? But right now, you got to be honest, they are looking like the Splyce of old.
Yeah, I tell you what, if their peers are any indicator, every pro player I talk to does not really, even with Splyce, even if they're under practice on new game types, even if Spartan, Charge, and Graphound have been removed, they're not really expecting Splyce to be any less of a team. So I expect big things from them, and you know, if their peers are expecting it, I think we all should as well.
Yeah, I think it'd be silly to bet against them still. They are the world champions. They still are the best team in the world until proven otherwise. But a great start here from Elevate, a couple of early battles won, and that's going to turn the camo over here to Spartan. Shields recharge. As he pushes onto the blue base, of course, we're playing true capture the flag right now, but it looks like it's going to be spotted out under this base. Great help coming in from his teammate, and look at this push coming in here from the guys on Elevate.
By the way, for those of you tracking power-up times, that camo was picked up right away at 11:51, so be on the lookout for that, but it looks like that flag is going to be stopped by both Eco and Shotzi. That flag will go back, and we'll be back to this stalemate. Spartan might get a win. No, does not get the trade somehow, some way, as he will fall. So now we're going to see a flag ran on the other side. Splyce tries to get a run of their own.
Shotzi going to move immediately down bottom mid after picking up that kill. Only manages to get the flag a couple of yards more. Sabernator trying to jump on that return. Would have liked him maybe look to prioritize a few kills, to be honest with you, but his teammates do a good enough job to keep the pushing players of Splyce off of that flag. And he's going to have to now relocate to top car and maybe look for a new pull on that new flag.
Interesting that Eco did drop front base. That would generally indicate that he's thinking about a touch even after Stellar fell. Maybe he was already committed to that front base run before Stellar had died, but heads up play by Eco to commit to bottom mid, get double, then stays alive at car somehow. Really, that's what separates these teams, is even though Eco dropped to what may be the wrong or a disadvantageous position, he's able to immediately snap, turn the heel, and stay alive.
Players here for Elevate. You can see them in front of Spartan. Going to be challenged here. Now it's all about staying alive. Delay your death. Make it as difficult as possible. And by doing that, he gets that help from his teammate. But look, flag now on the move here from Splyce. Pink side of the map. Spartan manages to land a headshot. Couple players are going to fall as well. That's going to be 3 dead here. Spartan behind this last player, P2. They should be able to get the return on this one. And not only that, look to run a counter cap of their own.
Yeah, you just heard the return there. It looks like lots of pressure coming in from Car. Spartan did a great job, though, to support his team. He's able to fly all the way from pink 1 to front base, pick up that kill with help on the bottom car as well. So great stuff from Spartan, and if he's able to continue playing the way he was in game number 1, we could see them take this game.
Yeah, Renegade's the player to watch now. He's just picked up the camouflage. Great job from the observers in the back to catch that one as well. If he can pick up a couple of kills here, he can just manage to clean this one up. On Sabernator, I believe that was. He's the last player alive here. Flag already moving here for Splyce. You always expect to see it from them. So efficient with that objective. Return coming in here. Sabernator, last player alive to try and do something. Does manage to get a pull, but is it going to be enough in order to get that flag?
Looks like yes, indeed, because Spartan is still going to toss that to Car and stay alive. So we're going to see them continuing the run. Bit of a flag standoff here.
Yeah, I actually want to go over to Splyce here and see if they can manage to convert this one. They do pick up 3 kills. They're going to get the flag return. They get the first flag. Let's see how they celebrate that one. Let's jump into a listen-in with the boys from Splyce.
Underneath.
Yes, you guys, two.
Underneath, weak. Nervous.
Watch out, Peter.
Eli.
P2. P2 right now, P2. Jump in, P1 behind you.
Come on.
Get him,
Watch out, pick 1. To their Eli. Set up for a new.
P1 weak and then P2.
Pink 2. We could get this, 100%.
I'll go for it.
Last 2 gets our window. Window Eli. Window and Eli, Brayden.
Yo, I got cap.
Bubble spawns now. Bubble spawns. We're at their base? No. Bubble. They're gonna OE.
Yeah, the pink killed me.
Done.
Yes.
Way we're going to explain that, Andy, is efficient communication there from Splyce.
And I have to focus on 2 things there. One thing, you saw Eco, I believe he said the call out 4 times. He said to their Eli, and he stressed it 4 times, really, because he knew that was the only 2 kills they needed. Even if players were spawning bottom, even if they were spawning on car, he knew that those are the 2 kills that they needed. There's a second call out that I have to call out as well. You heard him say, we can run this, right? That kind of call out is not just motivational, hey, let's run this. That is a specific declaration. Yes, we are continuing this run. It makes sure that everyone knows that they're on the same page. Yes, we're making decisions based on the continuation of running this flag, right? Rather than having people assuming, are we running this, are we not? The second a player calls that out, everyone's on the same page, they're able to bring it home.
Renegade trying to stay alive with this camouflage at the moment. It is going to get taken down. Thank you very much as well for that tweet we just saw coming in as well. Make sure you use the hashtag HCS as well to get in contact with everybody here in New Orleans. 2-0 to Splyce here though. Elevate backs against the wall time. Needs to try and get a bit of pressure on. Needs to hit these shots though, and Stella makes him pay there. Sabernator. Spartan comes in though to clean up a couple of kills. Now Elevate can get a push on. But they need to start acting quickly. They need to start getting hold of that camouflage as well, because the last one was uncontested. That pickup there from Renegade. And Splyce are just... yeah, they're just controlling the map the way they want to, and it just seems at the moment like Elevate have gone a little bit flat in this game.
Yeah, great nade there from L-Town, banking it off of that face of the base window up into the sneaky to get that kill. Speaking of camo onset, next one is going to be up right about 45 seconds. So with 6.5 left on the clock, lots of time left for Elevate to make a statement here, but it's not going to be easy. They're going to want to start with this camo.
Ooh, Falcated wins a big kill on the P side of the map as well, and that might well open up the opportunity for that camouflage, because now Splyce are going to be fighting back through their base. You can see 2 players actually in the Elevate base, so Eco might have the opportunity to run this one. He sees his teammates fall, but he's now causing a distraction. Working with Renegade. Now this is where this 2v2 practice we talk about so much with Splyce is going to come in. He manages to get the flag in a 2v2 situation all the way back to his own base.
Yeah, when he wanted to try to help with that flag, shots across the map, he's unable to do so, and he's shut down. Spartan will fall as well.
L-Town in position here to cap this one, but oh, a touch comes in from the last second there from Splyce in order to stop Elevate converting that one. Now the camouflage is coming up. You can see L-Town around P1. He's going to get that one. You look at Renegade's trying to get a cheeky return on that flag as well, but
he should get it. He should
now
get it right
you can see L-Town having to move back to get the beat down, and now he caps the flag as well. Camouflage doing it all here for Elevate, and they're looking to run another flag as well.
So Eco had actually left that flag in the base knowing Stellar would return, but Stellar spawned actually pretty far out on the pink and the Eli, so he wasn't able to get back to the flag in time and get the kill, so Elevate able to put a flag in there.
Eco's no shields down pink one here. This could be another opportunity for a cap here. Well played here by L-Town. Shotzi gets a last-minute pull on the flag. L-Town's taken down to no shields. Big 1v1 here. Spartan gets taken down.
Oh, he got the re as well. A very quick re there from Shotzi. A big play keeps his team with the lead here, and he's going to continue this run as well with help from Eco.
Eco picks up all of the cover he needs. Stella picks up a couple of kills. Spartan picks up a big double kill now, and now Spartan's moving in for the return. Taken down to no shields. Can he get this one? He manages to get the return just at the last second.
I do believe both flags back at home, though, so we're going to see the score, yes, indeed, stay 2-1 in favor of Splyce. But Elevate, even though they didn't necessarily pick it up right away, they did get that camo, and as a result, they did get that flag. Guess what? Another camo is coming up in about 46 seconds, so they can do it all again, and they've got the time to do it. They can easily tie this game.
Yeah, they really could, and they have another flag on the move here. So the flag carrier does get taken down. L-Town trying to play this one nice and sneaky.
Yeah, he's got
called out there. Renegade doing a great job though. Seeing that L-Town was down there, dropped down with low shields, put a couple of shots on, managed to back out. Teammate comes in, finishes that one off.
Perfect baiting and switching, especially when there's a player bottom base. There's absolutely no need to isolate that into a 1v1. There's 3 different ways to get to the bottom of the base. One of your teammates will help from one of those angles. You can leave that player down there weak. Don't sacrifice a death if you don't need to.
Camouflage coming up very soon as well. If Elevate can get it, I'm really encouraged by the way that they used that last one, to be honest with you. They not only capped 1 flag, they almost managed to cap 2. So it's going to be a battle at the moment, P1, but Eco sat down here with his teammate. And that's going to be Shotzi, and that is going to be 2 players down there for Splyce who are going to manage to get that one in their hands.
Yeah, perfect time on the slays there from Splyce, because there's almost no pressure that came in for that camo as Shotzi has stayed alive here, and now he's doing everything he can to stay alive on the pink one pillar. I'm not sure if they knew he was there. I mean, they were pre-firing it, but he does get taken down. Camo's neutralized, but we're only 3 minutes away from a Splyce win if results hold.
Yeah, that hit marker was everything there to Elevate on Shotzi to take him down. You can see it's Eco once again trying to run a flag car side of the base, and you can see his teammates coming off the respawn in the bubble as well. Fantastic awareness, even with his teammates dying there from Eco, knowing that if he pulled that flag car, they were going to respawn in that bubble.
One stat I got to point out, these 2 teams so close in terms of kills. The Splyce only up 74-72 right now in terms of kills. So these 2 teams are neck and neck here, but They're going to go ahead and jump on this return. That's going to be a flag, does come in. Splyce is able to close it out 3-1.
Splyce do what they do best, and that is clutching up when it matters. Your 2018 Halo World Champions. People were questioning them coming into this event, but to me, it doesn't look like they've missed a beat. 3-1. They take down Elevate, who have looked impressive so far today and definitely provided us with the game of the day so far in that game number 1. But I mean, Splyce, they're world champions for a reason, and that is exactly what.
Wait till we see the post-game Carnage report from this game, because you might be surprised at what you see. Despite the fact that it was a 3-1 Splyce win in the game and the series, we saw some pretty impressive numbers from the guys on Elevated. Of course, only one flag away from keeping that game tied towards the end. Splyce will cap, but once we take a look at this PGCR on set, these guys are keeping up with Splyce.
Yeah, they are, and I think a lot of credit in that last game needs to go to Eco. Kevin Smith, he's just so good at reading situations on that map. Yeah. You saw him, his teammates fell, 2 dead. He was in the opponent's base, ran that flag towards the car side of the base, knew those players would come off the respawn, got that flag back halfway across the map, and then he thought, okay, I'm now closest to return my own flag. Right. So handed that off to his respawning teammates, moved back through the base, got the return, perfect plays coming in from Eco. And you know, not big flashy plays as well, it's in your brain as well. You gotta have a bit of a brain on you to play this game, and Eco's shown exactly why.
And also 19 and 15 from L-Town. I don't think we saw the stats yet. 21 and 17 from Falcated. On the other side, Shotzi's going 22 and 20, so some great numbers. Once again, only a 5-kill slaying difference between these two teams. Splyce had 77 kills, Elevate had 72. So really, neck and neck with them. 3-1 on the scoreboard doesn't really necessarily reflect how close that game was in terms of kills.
Yeah, in terms of kills, you're completely right, and you can see it right here in the Carnage report, but one thing that I'm worried about a little bit for Elevate there is, yes, you know, they're keeping up with kills, but one thing that I would almost guarantee with some of the names that are on this team is objective efficiency. Yeah. And you have to question that, looking at the amount of kills they were picking up. They weren't managing to convert maybe some of the flag pools that were coming in. Maybe that's a communication thing. Maybe that's just a case of being unfortunate. Maybe it's just a case of Splyce being that damn good at getting those returns. It's an interesting one to maybe keep an eye on as Elevate move further in the tournament.
And I'm curious how Elevate is feeling after that series. There's a lot of positives to take away. Of course, being as talented of a team as they are, there's going to be a lot of things that they might be hard on themselves about. But to me, they needed to win that Echelon Ball if they wanted to win this series. That was their game to win. Keep in mind, they also stole that that first game as well in Strongholds on the rig. So winning that game 1 and really having a chance to win the game 3, if I'm Elevate, I'm actually pretty upset with that result. That was a chance to take down Splyce. Splyce really showed up though, and they closed out that series 3-1.
Yeah, they managed to close out the series, as you say, Andy. But that's going to do it all from us for today. We're going to send it back to the desk now to LVP and the guys to break that one down for us.
Thank you so much, Onset and Bravo. It's always great to see you guys doing your thing in your duo. But of course, I am joined by the young god of Splyce. It's Shotzi. Shotzi, welcome to the desk. First time being up here. It's not too scary, is it?
No.
No.
Not
no.
yet.
You're a man of little words, but it's okay. We're gonna try our best here today. Shotzi, of course, the 2Ks didn't really go your way this season, and it seems to be a sort of a pattern with you guys. You know, you don't really perform online very much. You don't let us see you scrim or anything. It's all a big secret. But then you come to the tournaments and you turn up and you're there to win it. Does that affect you guys going into games knowing that, you know, you're not scrimming online like other teams?
I mean, with the new maps coming out, obviously, like, people have advantages because we haven't been streaming, so we don't know the maps as well as they do. But I feel like throughout the tournament, we're gonna get to know the maps as well as they do. So hopefully, we're able to pull it out with new maps.
Gentlemen, obviously we have a fantastic player here, a very young player at that as well. And once you were in his shoes, I mean, I'm not talking about your age. I know you're both very young still. Do you have anything you would like to say to Shotzi?
Oh, well, I don't know if I was ever in his shoes because I don't think any of us were that good back in the day. Shotzi, I think you're one of the best players that we have in the league currently. And I predicted Elevate actually to come out ahead in this series, but I just underestimated Shotzi. I forgot about how good he is. There was some crazy plays there.
That was embarrassing. I mean, we all knew what you guys were going to do in that series. I mean, after game 1, Lottie's looking over at me. Are they in trouble? No, relax. It's Splyce. We know who these players are. We know I tried doubting you guys, man. I'm tired of doubting you guys. I know who you guys are by now, man. I mean, I'm right there with you. You guys do have a lot to learn on these new game types, man. And that's something that you're going to have to sit back, watch some other teams like Reciprocity, just learn what you can from them and ride with your individual skill because it seems to work.
Let's talk it through map 1, gentlemen, because of course we saw some incredible play from all of these guys, but Shotzi, it didn't really go to plan for this one, did it? Clutch, what did you make of this?
You know, this was a really amazing comeback. And I'm going to start it off by saying great plays by Spartan with Camo. You saw him go on a killing spree for the entire comeback. I mean, what were you guys up, like 40, 50 points towards the end? And then you just couldn't seem to get under control. You're going to see it in these highlights, though. They get the most fortunate spawn, E1, at the very end of the game where you guys, I forgot who it was. Somebody spawns behind you guys. I think it was Sabinator. Spawns E1, and there's no reason for him to spawn there because you guys are all at bunker, and he should have spawned Carbine. So I'm going to give you guys the win for this game anyways. It was a great comeback. We can talk about it all day, but without that spawn, it doesn't happen.
But what I want to know is what was going through your guys' head right here at this point in the game when you see them at 70, 80 points and you at 95 here?
Right here when this happens, all we had to do is just like obviously get a kill, and then like whatever is open, we just like got to push it. And then right there, bunker was our E1, the BR base was open, so we pushed that, and then like they got a lucky spawn E1, and then they closed it out.
Now, losing that game 1, did that affect you guys in any way going forward? Like, what do you guys say after a loss like that, especially being so close? Because I think that might be one of the closest losses we've ever seen. Normally, you guys are on the reverse end of that, the ones coming back to win.
Well, usually at events, since we don't scrim, like for some reason we slowly start, and then like we get our rhythm back, and then yeah.
Now, another question here is, how much better do you think you guys are? Would you think you would be better if you actually did scrim as a team online?
I don't think we would do any better. I don't know. We're like really bad at scrimming for some reason. If anything, it gets us worse. I don't know why.
Have we seen the best from you yet? Is this the best? Was World Championships the best?
World Champs, yeah. That was my best.
The 4-0.
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
You really did take out the back.
You can't be saying that up here. You got teams coming for your throat this weekend. You got Reciprocity and Tox nipping at your feet here to come get the win.
That's fine with
good.
him.
I like being the targeted.
Let's take a look at map number 2. Now it was Slayer on Plaza. We saw a body disrespect coming in there as well, just showing how confident you guys were going into the next part of the series. Elamite, what did you make of this?
I mean, this one was obviously a lot more in Splyce's favor than any of the other games that we saw here today. It's no surprise to me, really. You guys have always been extremely talented on this game type here, and of course it's one of the ones that's carried over from the previous season. Was this game for you guys, was this like a revenge game after that game number 1, or is it just like another day in the park, you just look past game number 1?
Yeah, I mean, Slayer is literally, we're really good at doing, slaying, so like, we just closed it out really easy in this game.
I think Eco certainly thought so, because that body disrespect was something else. I mean, Clutch, I remember you commenting on it.
I'm sure we'll see it at the end. Literally when I saw it, it just showed me Splyce isn't phased by losing game 1. I'm gonna say something though. If you guys, if Elevate wanted to win this series, this game 2 was a must-win. Game 1, you stole it. You gotta win game. Going up 2-0 against Splyce, now some feelings can start to arise, and maybe Splyce is actually in trouble, but you got to win that game 2, and unfortunately, Splyce didn't let it happen.
I was thinking more the game 3. Like, that was the one we said they have to win. We were expecting them to be down 2-0.
That's what I'm saying.
Talking about game 3, let's have a quick look at it as well, gents.
Imagine if Elevate does somehow win the Slayer in this series. Then they find themselves up 2-0 on a game type that they're probably more confident than Splyce at. Instead, their confidence starts to waver after game 2, and you can see it in this game. Splyce individually just continuing to make plays. I think I saw multiple triples, multiple doubles. I mean, you guys were getting kills you should never be getting, but I mean, that's Splyce in general.
Now, Shotzi, what did you guys think about this map here competing against Elevate? What was it kind of foreign to you? Were you out of your guys' comfort zone, or you know, what was your comms like here?
So when we played this map in the 2K, I think we played against Renegades, and we literally did not know any single call out. All we said was like this ramp, that ramp, right there, right here, and then after that we went over it, we practiced call outs, and then we got used to the call outs. And then we just played it again, and then like it feels way better knowing the callouts. You know, it's actually a really good map.
Yeah, good deal, good deal. Now in that game, that Plaza game, did you realize how close you were to a 2-for-1 on that one? Did you catch that?
Oh, the blue ramp,
yeah.
Top
I thought it was a 2-for-1.
Well, you got both.
It should have looked like
it wasn't 2 headshots. It was 1 headshot, 1 body. But yeah, it was extremely close.
Guys, let's move on to map number 4. Now this is where you closed out Shotzi. You guys obviously took the win 3-1. Elevate started to wake up during this game though, and you guys were neck and neck on kills. Clutch, looking at this, did you think that they might have had a chance at coming back against Splyce?
You know, I thought, looking at Truth Flag, I thought there was a chance Splyce could lose. I thought this was a good game type for Elevate to have as game 4 and an opportunity to take this to a game 5. I mean, I've seen Spartan do some pretty good damage on a map like this, and they played pretty tough, I would say. You guys were under control most of the time, and your camo control could have been a lot better. To be honest, there's a lot of times where I thought that they were going to get a double cap or take advantage of you. Like this should have been a double cap, but they end up messing it up. And then Eco does this one play towards the end when you guys get this last flag. He dropped the flag car. He comes back to your base. One of you guys spawned car and continued to run it, but he came up there and kept the pressure on. And that's something I noticed that you guys are so good at, is just continuing that pressure, because they would have gotten the flag to their base without anybody at their base if Eco had just continued to run the flag himself. But no, he said, I'm going to drop it. Somebody's going to spawn probably our bubble and come get the flag while I push up. That was a huge play by Eco, and they closed the series out right there. I mean, that was... These game types that you guys have been playing for 3 years, you guys are the best at. It's these new game types I'm really concerned for you going further in this tournament.
Shotzzy, looking at day 1 here, of course you've faced a couple of people so far. Looking at your game against Lucid, and obviously you've dropped a map here as well. Does that sort of shake your mentality a little bit? Like, how do you feel going into the rest of the tournament now? Are you feeling as confident as you did at Worlds?
No, yeah, I'm feeling definitely really confident, because like all the games that we're losing is just like practice, like more practice, because we don't scrim. So it's just more practice for us, and like we just get better throughout the tournament.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being on the desk, Shots. It's been lovely to have you up here, and I'm loving the sliders that you're rocking, the lucky sliders. So no wonder you're still winning. I'm sure that's the very reason you guys do very well. Loving them, looking really good. Guys, let's recap the groups that we have seen so far today. Let's go for Group A. It's been Reciprocity, Straight Rippin', Atletico, and Fung 4 AG. Now, gentlemen, looking at that group, Reciprocity are really dominating. Straight Rippin' have already had a win under their shoulders, but also another devastating loss. Gents, what are we looking at here?
Yeah, this group basically went according to plan. Reciprocity showed up. We saw how dominant they were in these 2Ks, and they continued their dominance. I'm really impressed on the way Saiyan is playing. A lot of the talk goes around Saiyan so much better online, like he won't do this at the tournament. And today he played pretty well, so we have to wait till he plays against these top teams with better shots and better communication and more pressure and whatnot. But Saiyan, I mean, you played great today. Keep it up, man.
And of course, the last team there was the open bracket team. How difficult is it going to be for these guys to come up through the open bracket and then play with the best of the best? Elamite?
Honestly, I think it's not that difficult. I mean, you look at the names on that roster list, and these guys have been doing it for a very long time. Gilkey, I've known that kid since he was 14 or 15 years old. So this is by no means are these guys unfamiliar with this, and this is what they've been looking forward to and expecting and comfortable in it as well. And keeping in mind with how much stronger the North American scene is than the rest of the regions here, 16th seed does not mean anything going up against the 11th seeded ANZ teams and things like that.
Let's have a look at Group B and see how these teams have been doing today. Now, of course, we have Tox, Hitmen, Fable Esports, and Gosu Crew who've taken that last spot from the open bracket. Tox looking obviously good as always, and then Hitmen with a few surprises as well. Clutch, what did you make of the play so far?
Yeah, you saw Hitmen play Tox close in a couple of games. Yeah, they got 3-0'd, and that's all Tox really wanted out of that series, is to get out of there and get back to the hotel room and relax for the day. But Hitmen, you got a big series against Kratos and friends. I'm not sure what their team name is, but that's going to be a series that decides who's getting second in that pool. And I expect them to be button heads, getting loud, because both those teams are known to talk a little smack. Yeah, those are both very loud, very hyped teams that can get into it very loud and mean, for lack of a better word. It always makes for
an exciting game, though, I think. Definitely.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it.
Let's have a look at Group C. So we've got Renegades, Lux Gaming, Berserker Esports, and Mocket taking that final place. I mean, the game with Berserker Esports was absolutely phenomenal earlier. I mean, Elamite, did you expect that from them?
No, I did not. There's a lot of surprises here today and things that I wasn't expecting as much, but a lot of positive things going forward and looking at that.
Oh, definitely. I think it's going to be filled with surprises. I think looking at so far this season with the 2Ks and how people are doing so far and the roster changes, I mean, there's going to be surprises all weekend long, and I cannot wait. Let's take a look at Group D. So Elevate, Lucid, Splyce, and Trifecta. Apologise if I've said that wrong, but hopefully it wasn't too bad. Trifecta, I think, maybe. Looking at Lucid, they obviously took a map off you, Shotzi. They didn't perform too well in their first main stage match, but I did speak to them earlier on, and they said, you know, they just need to get their head together. I do think that this is a superstar EU team. It's the best that we've got so far. Clutch, do you think that they can maybe take this one home?
This Lucid roster needs to play better. I mean, I talked to them after their first series where we kind of watched them get washed. They know they got to play better. They definitely expect more of themselves. I think the AM team that's coming out might be the best AM team with Ryan Newman and Trifecta. They got their hands full with that team. I think that's, once again, that's going to be probably one of our better pool play series.
Shotzi, looking at your pool, what do you think of it so far in terms of your lineups and what you've seen today? How do you think you're going to play?
I think we're going to play really good in this. Yeah, we played, first in the pool. I think we're seeded, 8, 9? Yeah, I think who we're going to play against?
8th. You're seeded 8th, I think.
Do you know who we're going to play against?
I have no idea. I have not. Trifecta, I think.
Oh, we're going to play Trifecta
next?
Yeah, we're gonna. I think Splyce is going to do really good against them. Or, I mean, my team, obviously.
Talking in third person now, I like it.
Yeah, so I think we're going to play really good against them. I mean, my team is very confident in this tournament. I mean, that's how we are in every single tournament. So
you always seem very confident, and of course it shows in your gameplay. Let's have a look at the schedule for tomorrow. This is part 1 of the schedule. Of course, we need to let the other games play through. So we've got Reciprocity versus Fung 4 AG, Tox against Gosu Crew, and Splyce versus Trifecta. There we go. That's confirmed for you there, Shotzi. Don't you worry. That's who you're playing against. It's going to be an interesting one, guys. I think some of these teams have come through the open bracket. They're going to be warm. They played a lot of games to get there. How do you think they're going to do facing the likes of Splyce, having Shotzi next to us?
I think the important thing for these teams coming out of AM is to realize that you're the underdog in these series, and you got nothing to lose, and go all out, and if you win, you win. But you want to play these top teams strong. You're not supposed to beat Splyce. You're not supposed to beat Tox. You're definitely not supposed to beat Reciprocity. But it's the other series in the pool that I'm kind of more interested in watching these teams play. It's the 2 and the 3 seeds in these pools that you could upset, that you really could. So you need to make sure you bring your best against these top teams, and you kind of get some confidence from these series. You don't want to get blown out in all 3 games, because then you're going to go up to play an Elevate, you're going to go up to play a straight Rippin', and your confidence is going to be a little bit lower than it would if you were to play Splyce close. Because I know back in 2008, when I first became a pro, we would play like Final Boss real close, but we would lose. But I mean, like, we'd be talking like, man, if we just play Final Boss close, we can beat whoever. We can beat Twilight and Friends or something like a lot worse than them.
Do you know what? Something else I'm really looking forward to is when Halo returns to London. Guys, the tickets for London are going on sale on the 20th of July. Get your flight sorted, America, because your teams are coming to the UK. Check out the link below to pick those up. I'm really excited. I can't wait, as you can probably tell. It's going to be so nice to have fresh talent coming over to the UK and playing with the likes of some of the EU teams that we are seeing, because I do believe EU are improving slowly but surely. They are making their mark, and hopefully it will be nice to get the NA teams over so they can rub off on them a little bit.
Absolutely. I'm really excited to see, which teams elect to go and how many North American teams elect to go over there as well. And then having Europe with the home field advantage, which is something they've never really had before, be truly telling how well they stack up against the rest of the regions in North America. I know there's probably only like 15 to 20 players total throughout history that have actually gone overseas to compete. I know like an older former Straight Rippin' has. Have you gone overseas and gone? I went by myself.
Not for Halo.
And played in a tournament.
Once with my family I have, but not for Halo.
I went and played in a Halo 3 tournament once, and it was super easy. We won, and it was no problem at all. So now there's been many years later, we'll see who decides to kind of show up there, but it's going to be awesome to see just everyone here travel over to Europe and actually compete and how well they're able to perform, and then be in the shoes that we're seeing everyone here, like SLG, and then we were talking earlier, like you said, Wes, these guys are still jet lagged. You know, it takes a lot out of you to be on a flight for that long. So I'm really, really excited for London as well, Adi.
It definitely is. Now it's the end of the day, and I want to know your highlights. And Shotzi, you're involved in this too. Do you have a highlight from today?
Like gameplay wise?
Gameplay wise.
Winning.
Winning.
Yeah.
I like your simple answers because they're effective. I like
That's
it.
the only thing I can think of.
And is that what you're going to do for the rest of the tournament?
Yeah, win the tournament, 100%.
Of course, I love it. Clutch, what about your
He
highlight?
says 100%. We're going to have to wait and see. My highlight for today is having Lottie on the desk instead of Golden Boy. It was so much easier. It was so much better. I know I enjoyed it. I hope you at home enjoyed it. She's going to be here all weekend. Golden Boy, once again, we'll be in the back all weekend. That's my highlight.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, Clutch. Elamite, what about you?
I mean, it's got to be some of the clips that we've seen here. There were at least 3 overkills that I watched happen throughout today, so it's really good to see that, you know, since Taylor Worlds and everything's been going on, we've still got a lot of players performing at an extremely high level, and the level of competition in Championship Sunday, I'm super excited to see how the team changes have worked out and whether or not you guys are going to be able to repeat.
Fellas, thank you so much for joining me on the desk. It has been a pleasure as always, and we will be back tomorrow. But what a day it has been. Here in New Orleans, we've had the curse of the 3-0s upon us, but that will all change tomorrow. Day 2 brings the championship bracket, and the biggest and the best will battle it out all day long. Will Splyce show up as world champions, or will the likes of Tox, Reciprocity, and Elevate bring it home? Join us at 2 p.m. as we guide you through the action to find your New Orleans champions. I'll see you tomorrow.